What's up, YouTube? We're back with another YouTube avatar being drawn in my style. Last time, we drew Knight of Hacane's avatar. This time, we'll be drawing the avatar of friend of the channel and voice actor extraordinaire, Kingpin Creations. A skill I'm quite jealous of. Even though I can do a few voices and accents, well, not that well, but it is fun. Kingpin, however, has a talent in this area and it's always fun to see and hear in his videos. I think my favourite combination of characters from Kingpin are 50 and 51. The two characters, the voices, the interactions, they're just brilliant. Recently, Kingpin has been using perspective a bit more, and I must say, I do like how it's turning out. Not to mention, started designing a kind of comic style to his artwork, which looks really cool. I also like the unique style that Kingpin has developed in his art. And recently, I have to say, the Arise short, being a fan of solo leveling, that made me smile and I did have a little chuckle. I don't know if it's just me, but I thought that was just brilliant. Kingpin is also one of the artists taking part in the World Building Challenge, and as of yet, I have refused to watch videos on this challenge from the other artists. However, the thumbnail for episode 2, I just love the puppet Kingpin. It's absolutely amazing. In fact, the thumbnails have become really good recently, and I have to say, keep it up, Kingpin. Can't wait to see what you do next. As with the last artist avatar video, it's back to the actual avatar. I have to say, this was super fun. I enjoyed drawing it and it came out much better than I expected. Not only was it a really cool pose to work with while looking at the reference, I decided to adjust the angle just slightly from the reference I had and lean a bit more into, well, my style. But I must say, working with this concept really just brought the essence of the avatar to life. I also enjoyed the two-sided face design, kind of like Two-Face from Batman, with the more demonic side on the character and then the rather cool looking version of, well, Kingpin. I did have a bit of trouble with the fabric on this one though, more in a sense of how I was going to render it. Clothing has always been something I do struggle with, and I think I managed to keep the design simple like the original reference, but also add a nice bit of shading to it. Of course, the expression on the face and the whole charisma of the character in this illustration was kind of what I was going for. Or rather, it was kind of a happy accident. I wanted to have this vibe, but I wasn't sure how to go about it. I think in the end, I just stopped thinking. Dun dun dun! That's easy! Yeah, right. But I generally don't recall thinking as I started to render this one. I just went with the flow and completely trusted the process. This allowed me to zone out or get in the zone, whichever way you want to say it. I have to say, I do love how this illustration came out, and like this video, it was the second illustration in the series that I've worked on. Yes, that's right, I've done more than one, and who will be the next to be revealed? I did put a poll out, and you guys were thinking this one would be Nerd Comics Inc. Instead, it's Kingpin. I might just put another poll out with some suggestions and just keep you guys on your toes. But we shall see who's next in the Wheel of Fate next time.